Hello people, beautiful people. I'm feeling cute today. I made my hair, I didn't make it so full. I made it scanty and I really like it. So, and then I had to go out today. I got dressed and I don't want to waste my dressing. I know you're used to seeing me like a boy in my videos. But today I dressed up and went out. When I came back, I didn't undress. So I wanted to give you something cute. I want to talk about this book I've been reading, Why We Sleep. The book is very dense, like it has a lot of information condensed together, but it's a very good book. I think at least in a lifetime, you or any member of your family will benefit from you reading this book. Or and it's not just like stories or suggestions by some random person. This is over 20 years of lab experiments, works of different scientists, artists, working with both animals and human beings, to not both, yeah, with including animals and human beings anyways. So what I've learned so far in the book, I think the thing is too dense. If I wait to finish the book before I review it, I might miss some information. So however, I've gone far. I'm in like page 99. So I believe I have something to say. The first thing I learned about the book is that there's something called circadian rhythm. A few people may know what that means, but for me, I've always just assumed circadian rhythm is just how your body circles the clock, but there's more to it. And according to what it says, there's an evolution of it. We have not always been like that. There's some explanation about how the early settlers had different time of waking up, and some of them kept watch, and then how it evolved over time because they had to watch themselves over to protect themselves from animals, wild animals, while they are out there in the jungle trying to survive, and how communities kept watch while some sleep and some stay awake. But everything here in this book, he backed it up with proof, experiments, and things like that. So I choose to believe everything he said in the book because he brought together the work of so many other scientists over years, and he did his own observation for almost 20 years. So it's by Matthew Walker, PhD. I don't know what the PhD is doing there, but you get the point. He's an authority when it comes to sleep. So the circadian rhythm may vary a little bit as you go through stages of your life, from children to adolescents to adults. And sleep is a vital part of brain development. And I also learned that while you're sleeping, your brain works, and then sometimes it makes connection to remember things you learned during the day, and then it merges the information you already have in your brain with maybe an experience you just had. That is why if you're trying to learn how to drive, for instance, or trying to ride a bike for the first time, when you go to bed that night, you're gonna dream about it. You're gonna see yourself driving or riding or any new exciting thing that your brain is trying to grasp the concept. Another thing I learned from the book is there are two types of sleep. Not two types of sleep. There are two phases of sleep within, like there's a circle of, I'm looking for a word, but anyway, it's called NREM sleep, which is deep sleep, where your heart beat is slower and you're practically unconscious. Then there's another one that your brain is active. There, the movement of your eye and the activity in your brain is the same as when you are awake, but you're just dreaming or sleeping or articulating some things in your brain. The thing with that is, have you ever been maybe like sleeping then in your dream you're trying to get up or you're trying to fight and you can't and you feel helpless. There's a way we used to say that maybe you're possessed or a demon was sitting on your head, things like that. We had all kinds of beliefs growing up, but what I've discovered now is for our own protection, there's a connection from the brain to the body that gets disconnected at that stage of sleep when you're dreaming. That way you don't do something harmful to yourself. That is, there's a 1% chance or 1% of people that actually still act out their dreams, but it prevents us from acting out our dreams. So sometimes you'll be trying to, let's say, shout or scream. Your brain might be sending that signal and you're conscious of it, but the neurons or whatever they call it that moves that action, your brain tells your body what to do, right? So those things are disconnected during that phase of sleep, so you're not able to shout or raise your voice or kick or struggle like you want to in your dream. So that's one of the reasons why you may not be able to do that. Then one of the few things I learned, I'm not going sequentially, it's not in a particular order, but human beings are one of the living creatures that need long hours of sleep. It's not just human beings that sleep for like 8 hours. We have bats, they sleep for like 20 something hours, which is the extreme. But according to what it says, the hours of sleep required, or that we get as it evolved over time, helped us to be more intelligent. It was that factor that distinguished us from the animals that we lived amongst. We're talking of like evolution of man. When human beings started being able to get enough sleep, not being on their toes, were able to put themselves in a house, lay down on a comfortable mattress and pillow and sleep. As sleep evolved, our brain grew bigger, and then we had more initiative and intelligence, and that was how we were able to gap ourselves so much from animals and rule them. Another thing, what is it? I learned something about how even when kids get to adolescent stage, like young adults, their brain is still trying to complete development at that stage in time. So there are stages where children will need long hours of sleep. Even though they were active just years before then, they're gonna need longer hours of sleep. And then it's not laziness when teenagers are being, like their body needs sleep. The brain is completing its development at that stage in life, so they need it. Fire, where is it? Anyway, the biggest connection here is while we are awake, our brain receives information, but we may not fully process it or digest it or integrate it into things we already know until we go to sleep. Part of the brain goes to work, activates, merges all that information, makes sense of it. Insight, we get insight. That's why sometimes you would have a problem you don't know how to solve. You go to sleep, rest, and then when you wake up, you suddenly have an idea. Your brain worked on it while you slept. So that is all for today. I have a lot more that I've read already, but I don't want the video to be too long. So I'm gonna cut here and then we'll do it again next time. Cut! Bye! Bye, bye, bye.